Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, online viewers worldwide, welcome to the 2016 Tang Prize Award announcements. From June 18th to June 21st, the Tang Prize Foundation will be announcing the laureates of the 2016 Tang Prize in Sustainable Development, Biopharmaceutical Science, Sinology, and also Rule of Law. In today's press conference, the 2016 Tang Prize in Sinology will be unveiled. First of all, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the distinguished guests who have joined us this morning. Chairman of the Tang Prize Selection Committee, 1986 Nobel Laureate in Chemistry and former President of Academia Sinica, Dr. Li Yuanzhe. Acting President of Academia Sinica, Dr. Wong Fansen. Academician of Academia Sinica and Chair Professor of American Harvard University, Department of East Asian and Comparative Literature Department, Dr. David Dewey Wong. Academician of Academia Sinica and Professor Emeritus of American University of Wisconsin-Madison, Department of History, Dr. Lin Yusheng. Academician of Academia Sinica, Dr. Huang Jingxin. Academician of Academia Sinica and Chair Professor of Language and Cognitive Sciences, the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, Dr. William Shiyuan Wang. And CEO of the Tang Prize Foundation, Dr. Chen Zhenchuan. Ladies and gentlemen, now please join me in welcoming the chair of the Tang Prize Selection Committee, Dr. Li Yuanzhe, to make the 2016 Tang Prize Award announcement in Sinology. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Li.
Distinguished guests, members of the media, I'm now honored to announce the recipient of 2016 Tang Prize in Sinology, Professor William Theodore Dubarry. The 2016 Tang Prize in Sinology is awarded to William Theodore Dubarry, Professor Emeritus of Columbia University, for his pioneering contributions in Confucian studies in his remarkable academic career spanning over 7 decades. He's written and edited over 30 books, with many of them making groundbreaking contributions that provide both enlightening insight and honest critique into Confucianism. Recognized for establishing the field of Neo-Confucianism in the West, Professor Dubarry is indeed a leading authority in the field of Sinology. Congratulations, Professor Dubarry. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Li. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you Academician of Academia Sinica, Dr. Wang Dewey, to introduce the Tang Prize Laureate in Sinology and also to give the prize citation. Dr. Wang.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm David Wong. Let me say that this is a great pleasure and honor for me to introduce Professor William Theodore Dubarry, truly a pioneering figure in the making of the teaching and the learning of Confucian thought worldwide. Over the past 70 years, Professor Dubarry has seen to the editing, writing, translation of more than 100 classics and the books of his own, and disseminate the thoughts of Confucian intellectual history worldwide. I also would like to say that it truly is an honor for myself to be his colleague for more than 15 years when I was having my tenure at Columbia University. And in that capacity, I can truly testify to the excellence of his scholarship and personality in the promotion of Confucian thought globally. For today, I would like to particularly highlight 4 of his many aspects of a contribution to the teaching and the learning Confucian thought. That is, in the first place, Professor de Berry has truly single-handedly reinvigorated the thought, learning, and the training of Confucian thought, particularly in the Chengdu school over the past half a century. And also he has called our attention to the unobserved aspects of Confucian teaching in the areas of the study of selfhood and freedom. In contrast to the Western misconception that the Chinese tradition has never seen to the necessity and the importance of liberal tendencies of Chinese thought, Professor de Berry has tried very hard to make this aspect of Confucian thought known worldwide. And in that conjunction, I also would like to call attention to another aspect of his contribution, that he's also able to bring his understanding of Confucian thoughts to bear upon an international dimension of thought in the worldwide dimensions. In that sense, he particularly wants to implement his own learning and training into a comparative dimension of intellectual civilizational studies. And issues such as modernization, such as democracy, such as human rights, have all now come into the orbit of the training and the learning of Confucian thought. And in that sense, Confucian thought is no longer just a mere Chinese sort of essence of scholarship and learning, but also it has become one of the most important aspects of our understanding of world civilizations. The third aspect I would like to call your attention is the fact that over the past 20-some years, Professor de Berry also wants to put his study of Confucian thought in the perspective of comparative civilizational studies. In that sense, East Asian civilizations have now definitely come into the sight of our understanding of the dialogues and the dynamics of world comparative civilizational studies. Issues such as human rights, such as peace and order, and such as other aspects, even including environmentalism, humanism at large, and so on and so forth, all have been undergoing a rethinking and a re-inquiry in terms of a East Asian or Chinese aspect. And finally, the last but not the least, we also want to thank Professor de Berry's contribution to the teaching of Confucian thought in worldwide sense. We all know that Columbia University has been well known for its core curriculum over the past 50, 60 years. And let me say that Professor de Berry has definitely made his own contribution to the making of this great curriculum. And under the aegis of Professor de Berry as the vice president of Columbia University in the late 1960s and early 1970s, this whole curriculum expanded to include the East Asian dimension of studying and training. And in that sense, I think that learning and the reading and the teaching all combined into one to truly embody the true spirit of Confucianism, and particularly in terms of this ongoing and continued acceleration of our selfhood, our understanding of humanity, and our understanding of world humanity. So in that sense, I think the recommendation committee all felt this is a great honor to recognize his lifelong contribution to the world understanding of the essence of Chinese civilization, that is Confucianism, Confucianism in the traditional sense, and Confucianism in the very modern and even postmodern sense. Last but not the least, as I said, I had this honor and the pleasure to have worked with Professor de Berry for more than 15 years. So in that capacity, I truly came to learn this great person, great scholar, and a great teacher. I even have co-taught a course with him. And in that capacity, I can definitely tell this is someone who teaches with his insights, with his integrity. And in all, as he himself would have been very happy to say, if he were here today, that is, he wanted to pursue the ultimate goal of the Confucian ideal, that is the making of a gentleman, 或者是作为一个君子的最重要的贡献。So on that note, let me again express my personal and enthusiastic endorsement of this recommendation. I congratulate him on his more than 70 years of contribution to Chinese thought, and particularly to Confucian thought. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. David Wong, for giving us an academic, professional, and also very personal introduction to Professor William DeBerry. And now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us at the 2016 Tang Prize Award announcement in Sinology. All of the press information will be made available on the Tang Prize official website. The Tang Prize Award ceremony will take place on September 25th this year. And lastly, I would like to remind you, please also join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the Tang Prize announcement in Rule of Law. Thank you, and we hope to see you tomorrow.